New NFL series. This is going to be ranking every NFL helmet from worst to best. 32, I think, is pretty obvious. I think it's got to be the Browns. This one is so boring. There's absolutely nothing to it. No logo or anything on it. It's just orange with a brown and white stripe. Very boring. Easily the worst helmet in the league. 31, I think, is another easy choice. Washington. This one is so boring. They literally just stuck each player's number on both sides of the helmet. No creativity here, but I guess you don't have much of a choice when you don't have a real name. 30th is the Cardinals. Now, this one isn't nearly as bad as the first two. Those two are on their own level of terrible, but this one is kind of boring. Just having a white shell with the logo stuck on it. Nothing super special to make it stand out. 29th, the Packers. This one is so iconic, no doubt, but when we're just looking at the pure bones of the helmet, it's very boring. They literally just stuck the letter G on there. Now, I understand that's their logo, but that still makes for a boring look. 28, the Bears. Just like the Packers, I know this one's super iconic, but it's also super boring. They just stuck a C on it. 27th is the Buccaneers. Now, the red on gray makes for a nice color combo, but the issue I have with this one is it just looks way too much like an Arena League football team helmet, not really an NFL team's. 26 is the Jaguars. Now, they have an amazing color scheme, but didn't really utilize it very well for their helmets, so that's why I punished them and had them this low. I think they could have done so much more with a teal or gold base shell. 25 is the Patriots. I'm going to be honest, I really am not sure why, but straight up, I just don't really like this one. 24 is the Titans. Now, I actually like this logo, and I really like their color scheme, but I think having dark blue as the shell of the helmet is just too much, a little too overpowering. I think this one would look a lot better if the helmet were white. 23 is the Giants. Now, I know it's their logo, but just sticking the NY on the helmet is a little bit boring and doesn't really represent a giant, but the shade of blue that they used is really nice. 22, the Colts. Definitely a historic and clean look, and it represents their name well with the horseshoe, but I'm just not a fan of white helmets, so that's why they're here. 21 is the Texans. Not too bad, but I just don't like the fact that one of the main colors in the logo on the helmet is the same color as the shell of the helmet. 20th is the Saints. Got their logo as the centerpiece. A nice overall color combination. This one's nothing elite, but it's pretty nice. 19th is the Jets. Now, having the word Jets across the helmet as the focal point of it just looks really dumb, but I absolutely love the shine of this one. It just glistens, so that's what carried it this far in the rankings. 18th is the Broncos. Now, this one's pretty solid, but I punished it in the rankings because it's not nearly as good as their throwback ones. That would be much higher on the list. 17th is the Seahawks. Now, I really like this logo, and the uniform goes really well with all of their uniform sets, but the issue I have with this one is besides the logo, just the whole shell of this helmet's a little bit boring, not much else to it. 16th, the Steelers. Absolutely iconic, a great logo, but what bothers me about this one is the logo is only on the right side, and I'm a little OCD, so I don't like that. 15th is the Cowboys. Now, this is probably the most iconic helmet in the whole league, but besides that, it just has a pretty nice look to it. I like the way that the blue and silver mesh together, and I also think the stripe down the middle is really nice. 14th is the Lions. Now, I love this color combo, so that helped it make it this far. I think the gray looks great, especially with the light blue, and I also like the uniqueness of the stripe down the middle, having the thick stripe in the middle and the two thinner ones on each side. 13th is the Bills. Now, I did say in an earlier video that I'm not a huge fan of white helmets, but I think they made this one work. The red and blue just really pops on the white shell, and I like the red and blue stripe that they have down the middle. 12th is the Ravens. Nothing super crazy or special about this one, but I just think it's a super clean look, and I'm always a huge fan of the black and purple color combo, so that's why I like this one. Similarly, 11 is the Falcons. This is another color scheme that I just love. I think red and black is one of the best color combos in sports, and I think they have a sweet logo, so it just makes the helmet look great. 10th place is the Chiefs. This one's a clean and simple look, but I still think it looks great. I'm a big fan of their logo, and I love the way it looks on this helmet. I like the black outline and the white background of the logo, and the red in the middle just makes the whole thing pop. 9th is the Panthers. I love their black and blue color scheme, so obviously I'm going to like any helmet with that on there, and having the gray as the shell looks really good too, and I love the stripe that they have on the top. It actually doesn't go all the way to the bottom like most helmets do, so it's a little bit unique. 8th is the Raiders, obviously one of the most iconic helmets in the league, and I think they have a super sweet logo, so that's what boosted them this high, and I think the black and silver color combo on the helmet makes for a nice look. 7th is the Dolphins. Now again, I am not a huge fan of white helmets, but this one's an exception. I think they have a great color scheme with the teal and the orange, and having it on a white shell just really makes it pop. 6th is the 49ers. Now, I love the gold shell, and the red and white stripe down the middle looks fantastic. I just couldn't have this one any higher because I'm not a huge fan of their logo, but other than that, it's great. 5th place is the Eagles. I like helmets that don't tell me what the team is, but show me, and this one does exactly that with the Eagles wings. They just look pretty sick on the sides. It's almost like the players have wings. I like these. Fourth place is the Chargers. Now, I love these. I think the bolt on top of the helmet is sick. The face mask looks awesome, and they've got a great color scheme. But I have never been a fan of having the number on the sides of the helmet. I hate the way that looks. But other than that, this one is sick, and I love it. Third place is the Vikings. I think a purple shell makes for a great look. The logo is also really nice. Like I said with the Eagles, it doesn't tell me who the team is, but it shows me because that's obviously a Viking, and I like the gold trim on the logo as well. Number 2, another one that's perfect for showing me the team name instead of telling me, the Bengals. I think this one is perfect for their name. The orange and black color combo is great, and this one's just super unique. And the best helmet in the NFL is the Rams. It perfectly represents their name. It's a great color scheme. It just shines. It looks beautiful.